So the black energy is just spiraling around Deku, destroying the environment. And we see Ochaco's hand. We see the word float coming up. She's popping up. Ochaco, my girl.
There are stories about every hero, how they became great. Most have one thing in common. Their bodies moved before they had a chance to think.
Here we go, everybody. How is it going, my heroes and villains? And welcome back to another live reaction to My Hero Academia. We are on manga chapter number 211, and the title of this week's chapter is That Which is Inherited. And if you guys can't tell, I am pretty damn excited to see what is going to go down. I am hyped, excited. All I can say is I feel so bad with what is happening to Deku right now. He tries so damn hard throughout the course of the series to gain control and make the quirk of One For All his own, but this quirk is just too damn stubborn. And what makes this even worse is that Deku was going into this match with so much confidence. He had that Bakugo level of confidence to where he was telling the rest of his team, I'm going to be the decoy, I will distract Class B, we are going to win this, and nothing bad is going to happen. LOL! Something bad ended up going wrong, and as we saw Deku about to launch an attack at Monoma, this black lightning essence just exploded from his arm, enveloped his entire being, and started to break his new support gloves apart. This just raises so many questions within me. I am hyped to know what is about to go down. So I just want to dive into this chapter, but of course I want to let you guys know I am actually reading the official Viz translation of this chapter. So go to viz.com, you can read it for free, follow along with me, and I'm just really happy that I get to do an official Viz translation for a live reaction to My Hero Academia. So guys, without further ado, let's dive into chapter 211, and let's just see what the hell is happening with Deku and One For All. So on the first page, it looks like we have a young schoolboy looking Monoma right here. Are we about to get some Monoma backstory right now? They were always telling me you'll never be a superhero with that quirk, with his quirk of copy. Very interesting. A hero who can't do anything on his own. Who's ever heard of such a thing? I mean, honestly, I've had the same thought process when I've thought about Monoma with his quirk. Because with his quirk of copy, he technically does not have a superpower until he copies someone else's. Basically, if he was going up against a person without any prep time, he is basically quirkless unless he had hand-to-hand combat like Izawa. Because without anyone around him to share their power with him, he's basically quirkless. So people told him growing up, you'll never be a hero. You can never be a hero with that quirk that you have. I guess this kind of explains why Monoma acts the way he does. He kind of has to prove himself. He has to egg people on in order to gain their strength and use it to his advantage. Huh, we're getting development on Monoma. I was not expecting that. Where are you going with this? It's about knowing what we can't do. I like you, Shinzo, I really do. In order to survive, you too need to embrace your darker side. We are much the same. No thanks. Shinzo does not like being compared to a villain, does not like walking the dark path side, so I think that kind of triggered Shinzo a bit, but I love the fact that Monoma just laughs that off. It's like, it's true though, but having this backstory for Monoma, Shinzo and Monoma are very similar into where people looked at their quirks and told them they could never be heroes. So that makes sense why Monoma would just cling to Shinzo and be like, I like you a lot because you and me were basically the same. When you managed to brainwash Midoriya in the tournament, how did you trick him into speaking? I didn't know much about the guy, so I just insulted his friend, talking about how he called Ojiro a monkey and then got Deku to blurt out something because Deku needed to protect his friends.
That monkey was going on about his pride earlier. But I just think he's an idiot for throwing away his chance like that.
But Monoma's face right there, he looks very smug, like that was the answer he was expecting for Shinzo to give. He's like, exactly. The paradox is that to become heroes, we must act unheroically.
Monoma, don't provoke him, man. That's the kind of thing he would do.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's not very heroic of me.
Otherwise, we'll never measure up to those capable of greatness. Emulating our idols isn't enough. Surely you felt this way before, how the hopes and dreams of childhood now grow heavy as burdens, as if we are cursed. Ooh, I like the fact that that transitions to the present with One for All going out of control with Deku, because that line right there, our hopes and dreams of childhood now grow heavy as burdens, as if we are cursed. Monoma growing up being told that he would not be able to become a hero with his copy quirk, Shinzo being compared to a villain that'll never become a hero, and now Deku, who inherited One for All, the biggest burden of them all, is now on the fritz and going out of control. And within this current situation, the power can be viewed more as a curse than a blessing. Oh man, I like that dialogue right there from Monoma, but I like the fact that we also got some more developments and we dived a little bit into the mindset of Monoma. That was very nice to have. But now we are back at the present. Deku is jumping down with the power going out of control. And that panel.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Deku looks like he's in so much pain right there. He is gritting his teeth. He is holding on to his right arm. He didn't get the flick off, but the black lightning energy is just going and enveloping around his body. He's grown even more. That jerk. Monoma seems a bit jealous right there. Basically saying, oh, it looks like Deku got another power up. Look at him, he grew even stronger. You know, because, I mean, with a quirk-like copy, how much powerful can you get besides, you know, learning to control more quirks, maybe have them for a longer period of time. So I can definitely see Monoma being jealous of a lot of certain characters within the other classes, and he is definitely jealous of Midoriya, but little does he know how much work and effort Deku had to put in to even get to this point in using his power.
What?
He's using his leg to push his arm down. Can he not control his right arm right now? He's literally kicking his arm down, I'm guessing not to hurt Monoma in the process. And we got a double spread page right here with a lot of black lightning energy all over these panels. What? Everything. What is this? Was just fine a second ago, and you see the energy just growing bigger. It's growing a lot bigger behind Deku, and he is crying in pain, but he's telling Monoma to run. He's telling Monoma to get out of here. And it looks like the black energy from his arm just launches itself at Monoma. But it's not like energy. It's got like a physical form. It's actually hitting and destroying the pipes around Monoma. But Monoma was able to get out of the way. I mean, honestly, this reminds me of like Deku having a symbiote, because he can't control his arm and we have like these black tendrils coming out of it. This is basically Eddie Brock in Venom, to where he cannot control the symbiote within.
I'm so sorry about your friends.
I really want to know why One for All is doing this. Or is this even the power of One for All? Could this be a quirk from a previous holder manifesting itself? I'm really curious what is happening right now with Deku. So we see that Monoma is able to dodge all of the black tendril attacks, and it looks like it's tugging at Deku. He has no control over this black energy whatsoever. And I think it just tugged him in the direction of Monoma, and he just crashed into the building right behind Monoma. Just a gigantic beam of light, just crack, right into there. And Monoma's shouting Shinzo's name.
Meanwhile.
And we go over to our Class A peanut gallery, and they don't look like they're phased at all by this. They don't look worried. Sato's saying another new move from Midoriya. Yeah, they have no idea what is even going on right now. They just think like, oh, Midoriya learned a new move. No one's worried at all. And Deku just appeared. He found Shinzo's location. Shinzo, just run. The power can't control it.
Ouch down, population you, bro!
His arm is going out of control. Deku has no control over his arm at all. But look at the way that it's drawn. You can just see it just wreathing back and forth. He's trying to save everyone around him. He's not even thinking about the match right now. Deku is more worried about making sure everyone is okay and he doesn't hurt them. He's just telling Shinzo, get out of here, run away. I have no control over my power. It's exploding out of me. And Shinzo doesn't even know what to do. And we have this zoomed out shot of just the energy exploding outward. We see the rest of Class A. They're like, huh? What the hell is going on over there? Class B turns around. They see the black energy as well. Black energy goes up into the air. It's attacking Deku's teammates. Yeah, no one is safe right now. Everyone is a possible casualty with Deku going out of control. Class B, Class A. Where's Eraser right now? He needs to jump in, use his quirk, and just halt this from happening right now. Where are you, Eraser? Where are you, Aizawa?
Get over here!
My God, it's dragging Deku around like a rag doll. The black tendrils are just going everywhere, and it's just taking Deku along for the ride. And Ochaco sees this. She is shocked, and she just says, Deku. She's like, what the hell is going on right here? So Deku just slammed into another gigantic pipe and building. What's going on? Okay, here we go. I wanted to see All Might's reaction to this. Aizawa, Vlad, you need to stop him. Something's wrong. And Aizawa hasn't stepped in yet? I mean, I guess they wouldn't be worried because they have no idea what's going on. But I think Aizawa needs to step in, otherwise people are going to get hurt. Yeah, when All Might's worried, you know things are starting to get serious. What? Why? Stop it. It hurts. Stop it. Why does it hurt so much?
Yamero! Yamero!
This is crazy that this is happening right now. And we go back to Ochaco, who's just looking on, still shocked at what's happening with Deku. All Might passed this down to me. Since I had so much to learn, I was always hurting myself. Deku's flashing back to his journey, growing with the power, learning to control it. Back to chapter 1, back during the entrance exam, and then all of the times that he learned to control more of the power. This just makes you feel so bad for Deku right here. He has tried so hard and has gone on such a long journey just to get to mastering 20% of the power, to where he's able to launch finger flicks and it does not hurt him anymore. And now this is happening. Can't our boy just learn to control this power without any problems? And Deku just shouts at himself, stop it. But I'd finally started to make it my own. And we see the shots of him developing full cowl, the shoot style, the air cannons with his fingers. Things were supposed to be looking up. Stop it. And you just see tears welling up in his eyes. You just feel for him right now. The journey he's been on, and now this is happening. I didn't want anyone worrying about me ever again. And you just see the black mist spiraling around him. Stop. One for all. That's a nice panel. You just see the black mist and just Deku gritting his teeth, grabbing his arm, trying to make this stop.
What the fuck is that?
There's someone in the black energy. You can see a face and eyes right there. Is that one of the two silhouetted figures? One of the two pass holders we haven't learned about yet? Or is that possibly All for One? Because we did have All for One pop up 2 chapters ago, hearing his younger brother's voice. How crazy would that be if All For One, you know, since he helped create the quirk, his past essence is somehow still intertwined and was hidden amongst the other vestiges of the previous One For All holders.
Maybe.
That would be crazy, but I'm going to place my bets on this is one of the two previous holders we haven't had revealed yet. Oh, I can't wait to see what's going to be revealed with this. So the black energy is just spiraling around Deku, destroying the environment. And we see Ochaco's hand. We see the word float coming up. She's popping up. Ochaco, my girl.
There are stories about every hero. How they became great. Most have one thing in common. Their bodies moved before they had a chance to think.
That's a real hero right there. She just rushed in there. She jumped up without any real hesitation and is grabbing onto Deku. Her body moved before she could react. The essence of a true hero. Oh, I like this. I like seeing this from Ochaco. No one else from Class A or Class B moved in to help Deku but Ochaco. It's predictable, but I like getting to see this. And with the fact that I was kind of rereading the Overhaul arc and the ending with Ochaco, with her development to where she said, I want to be a person that saved people, she's basically doing that right now. Without any hesitation, she is rushing in to save her friend, to save Deku. And I know this is going to make the Ochaco and Deku shippers very, very happy. But I just like seeing this coming from Ochaco without any hesitation, just rushing in there to save her friend from whatever the hell she thinks is happening to him right now. And we see Shinzo looking on at this, and Ochaco is shouting Shinzo's name. Does she want him to brainwash Deku to kind of stop this from happening?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
So we've just basically abandoned the fifth match altogether. They're not worried about winning or losing. They're about containing Deku. Operation Stop Deku is currently in motion right now. So I think Ochaco has a plan right now. She wants to use Shinzo to brainwash Deku, and maybe this will trigger something, and maybe Deku will have a vision with the vestiges again. That will most likely happen, but that is the end of the chapter already. Wow, that was a really short chapter. And this is the last chapter of 2018. So next chapter is going to kick us off into 2019. Okay, so this right here. We didn't learn much about what the hell is going on with Deku right now, but all we know, he's in pain and he can't control what is currently going on with this symbiote black tentacles coming out of his arm right now. But the main thing I'm taking away from this is that Ochaco is just becoming the MVP right here and just going in without any hesitation to save Deku, and apparently is going to use Shinzo in some way, shape, or form. Oh, bravo. Bravo, Ochaco. I like seeing this from you, and I'm really curious to see what developments are going to happen in chapter 212. Things are getting interesting. So with that, guys, that right there is my live reaction to chapter 211 of My Hero Academia. But now I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on this latest chapter. What were your positives? What were your negatives? And what are your theories and speculations on what is currently happening to Deku with One For All? Is this singularity? Is this All For One related? Or is this a past holder wreaking havoc within Deku's body? And who do you think that is with those eyes peering out of the black mist? And of course, what do you think about Ochaco coming in at the ending of this chapter trying to save Deku? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and feel free to subscribe to the channel, guys. That way we can talk about every new chapter that comes out for My Hero Academia. And if you guys want to talk about MHA outside of YouTube, feel free to follow me over on Twitter. A link to my Twitter account can be found in the description down below. But with that being said, that's going to do it for me here, guys. So until the new year in 2019 when we have chapter 212 of My Hero Academia. I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to all. But remember, go beyond plus ultra.